Hi, and welcome to Ion Radio. I'm Ken.
I'm John.
And welcome to our first Battletech video.
Yeah.
I know John and I have been looking forward to Battletech for a little bit, so here we go. We're trying something a little different.
I love Battletech. It's one of my favorite games.
So we're going to be putting together a small force. This will be a one-off battle. We're playing a mission coming from the From Above Wargaming folks. We'll link to their channel in the description below. The mission rather, is Seize Ground.
Yep.
So what are you bringing to the table?
So I am going to be playing the second sword of light, so Kurita force.
Yeah.
And am I defending or attacking?
You're defending. We rolled off.
I'm defending this planet from those hideous Davians that are coming to try to steal our fuel.
So I have a medium lance from the Fox's Teeth company. So this will be an interesting kind of pseudo-historical type battle. Couple things of note in terms of how what we're doing and how we're playing. We are going to play with a couple of the Death from Above rules.
Yes.
So what ones are we going to be playing with?
So we're going to be playing with their faster roll cluster. So they're going to be one piloting die plus a colorized die for each weapon, so we can roll once and do all of our damage. What else?
So we're going to do salvo rolls instead of the cluster rolls if our to hit modifier is 10 or above, I believe we'd agreed on.
Yes. That's keeping the game from being bogged down as much as possible.
And let's see, I think we're going to have some range modifiers in there that we're changing as well. So we're doing the reduced range penalties that they do.
Correct.
And are we going to play with extreme range today?
Yes, we are.
Cool.
So our different range brackets: shorts 0, and then everything's half from there. So mediums +1, long is +2, and extreme is +3. So if you look at our board, I have some terrain that's hexed. We're not playing hexes. We're going to be playing inches, so don't get confused when we're standing halfway between hexes then. I think that's everything. We're going to show you the board, show you our forces, and then we're going to get to the game. This is going to be marking the center of the map. 6 inches around that's going to be no man's land. Then we're going to divide the map into quarters. And after the first turn, if your mech is the only mech in a quarter, then you're going to score a point. The game lasts 12 rounds. At the end of it, see who has the most points.
All right, starting with the Fox's Teeth medium lance. Going from left to right, I have my Centurion, piloted by Paul Danton. Yes, I'm going to use the names of the pilots for the actual company. Next to him is a Dervish. It's a DV6M with Hero. I have the Jaeger mech with Dave Tiny Hill, and the Javelin with Heinrich Decker.
Here's my defending second sword of light unit. We're going to start off with a Commando 1B that's been captured from the Steiners, piloted by Goto Nobu. Then we're going to have a Catapult K2, piloted by Ida. Then a Grand Dragon 1G, piloted by Tamiga. And then a Panther 9R, piloted by Kitten.
Alright, so on the forested side of the board, I have my forces here. And deployed, I have the Javelin and the Jaeger mech. We're looking right across the hill at all of John's forces over there. On the opposite side over here, I also have my Centurion and my Dervish. So right in front of me, I have this light forested area, heavy forested hill, and there's our objective marker, the center of the board, and I should have 2 quadrants at the get-go.
Here are my forces. We got a Commando, Catapult, Grand Dragon, and a Panther. They're divided between the 2 sides to control my quadrants. The Commando's offset, probably going to try to head into that forest, while the other 3 just go across the top defending this fuel depot. Okay, this is movement for turn 1. Ken won initiative, so I had to move first. We started off by moving the 2 center guys because it's pretty clear where they're going. Then the Panther, then the Commando on the end. They all ran. We are all out of range and being blocked by the King of the Hill style hill. What did you do over here, Ken?
So most of my guys moved forward. I was running with the Centurion, the Jaeger, and the Javelin. My Dervish, on the other hand, is just kind of moving nice and slow, trying to avoid most of the forest. Again, like you said, we have this giant hill in our way, so no shots can really be fired yet.
On to turn 2. Let's roll up some initiative.
7.
And I got a 3. Let's see how that turns out.
Alright, moving up the hill, I have my Centurion and my Dervish trying to move around the forest over here, looking to try and stay in our quadrant. We got a couple of your guys coming forward. On the opposite side, the Jaeger walked forward, trying to stay out of some of your longer range weapons, and the Javelin is running up that hill, trying to get at some of your mechs. John, what did your guys do?
So my Catapult and my Dragon continuing moving up the center. Panther over to the side, and Commando is going to be doing some Commando stuff through the forest.
What do we have in terms of shots?
I have range with my PPC and LRM on your Javelin, and I believe you have 2 AC2s from your Jaeger mech to my Panther. So we're going to roll up my attack first because I lost initiative, so I get to do my stuff first. Okay, so I'm shooting my Grand Dragon over to your Javelin. It is going to be a very difficult shot. So my piloting is 3. I ran, so we're up to 5. And you have a modifier of 3, and both mine are at long range. So added together, I have to roll an 11 to hit with either weapon. So I'm going to salvo fire. We're going to take a pilot dice, which is white, and then the black dice is going to be our LRM, and the blue dice is going to be my PPC. So I'm going to start with the LRM. I'm going to just roll that to see if I hit. So I got a 5. That's going to be a miss. And then we're going to roll in the PPC. Come on, PPC. Let's blow the head off of a Javelin to start the game. That would be amazing. So that is an 11. So that is a hit. So because of line of sight, I cannot hit your legs. Right?
That's right.
So we're going to roll it up and see where this damage goes to. We have a 3. I think that's going to be right into your leg, isn't it?
Yeah, I believe you're...
Nope.
No.
Your right arm takes 10 points of damage.
Alright, we're going to make some autocannon shots from my Jaeger mech all the way to your Panther hiding over here. We took a look at it. We decided that we can hit center torso and the right side of your mech and your head. So with my pilot at 2, well, my gunnery skill at 2, difficulty at 2 hitting you, I walked, and the extreme range, our totals are 8. So let's see what I can do. I've got 2 autocannon 2s, and I have a 5 and a 7, so we missed. Alright, turn 3. We're kind of starting to see the battle split into 2 forces. I have my Centurion, which finally made it up the hill, and my Dervish. We've got this ton of forest over here. We have, well, really no shots. John, what are you trying to do with your little guy?
The Commando's just doing a Commando mission into the forest. I lost initiative again, so having to move first puts you at a disadvantage. So The commando is hiding in the forest. Hopefully he can get over to the other side and try to do a little bit of contesting. Okay, so here's the other side of combat. Catapult's moving up. Dragon and the Panther moving up. Dragon walked. The other two ran. And we got some line of sight here against the Javelin. This whole section here is heavy forest, which makes it very difficult to shoot through. And so this catapult, I'm not going to try to roll a 12 with PPCs. It's just not worth it.
So my Jaeger mech is slowly moving up to the hill. I do have a shot at the top half of the Panther, so I'm looking forward to that. And I jump jetted with the Javelin, still behind this heavy forested area. So I've got a couple shots at the Panther, but man, I'm just barely going to make those.
Okay, so we're going to start with this Panther shot against the Javelin. It's going to come out to be 11 with all of my stuff. Just one PPC. Let's see if we can hit it again. For a 10. Barely a miss. Then we're going to go right into my next shot, which is going to be a PPC from the Dragon. It's going to be the same numbers, except I walked instead of ran, so it's going to be a 10 instead of 11. Just with the PPC, don't want to build up too much heat. The first shot, I built up quite a bit. For a 7, that's going to be a miss as well.
Alright, we're going to start with the Javelin. We're making the shot across the little bit of heavy terrain, or heavy forest rather, at the Panther. I need 12s, so we're going to fire each SRM-6 individually. So I have a 3, which does absolutely nothing. My next shot is an 8, which does nothing. So, wasted shot.
But you never miss or hit a shot that you didn't take. So
that's true. So, next shots. I've got the Jaeger mech. We're going to fire across over again at the Panther. And I've got both of my AC2s and the two autocannon 5s. So this ought to be fun. I need 7s, I think.
Correct. 7s can't hit my legs because of cover. Come on, legs.
And I have everything hit.
Oh,
so
geez.
the AC2s hit and the AC5s hit. So that's a total of 14 damage.
So roll that whole bundle and see where it goes. Okay.
Alright, so we have the AC2s will be on 7 and 8.
Okay.
And then the AC5s on 6 and 10.
Okay, so my Panther took 2 damage to the left torso, 2 damage to the center torso, 5 damage to the right torso, and 5 damage to the left arm. Still doing fine, just scraped off the paint a little bit anywhere. So let's roll for turn 4 initiative. This is really important. I really need to get at least 1 initiative.
And my disc all over the place, I got an 8.
I got a 7, losing by 1 yet again. Okay, let's focus in first on the battle over on this side of the board. The catapult walked up just to the top of the hill, and the commando is running through the forest to try to get a line on your dervish. What did your 2 on this side do?
Alright, so the Centurion is running up. My hope is to get a little bit closer at some point. So I'm going to try and flank your commando. Dervish is unfortunately kind of a bad spot here. I used my jump jets trying to pull your commando over. I did successfully, but now we're going to have a ton of fires. So there's going to be some torso twisting, and I'm going to fire secondary shots, missiles at the catapult. So this is going to be a bloodbath, and my dervish is going to be overheating like crazy.
Yeah, my catapult's firing his PPCs at your dervish, and my commando's firing an SRM and a medium laser at your dervish as well. On this side of the board, my dragon decided to stand still. I like him. He's a big, beefy guy. He's got some cover, and he's just standing behind that, holding down that zone. My Panther walked forward so I could get a good bead on your Javelin. What did your guys do?
So Javelin's backing down the hill. I want to try and stay away from the shots from the dragon, but I should still have pretty good line of sight and ability to at least hit the panther. And then the Jägermech is moving forward again, nice and slow. I want to stay away from the catapult, but I am going to wind up torso twisting and taking a couple shots at the Grand Dragon.
Let's start some shooting. So my catapult is torso twisting, and we're going to be shooting you with 2 PPCs. It's going to come out to be 7. We're at medium range. My pilot is a skill 2. You jumped. I can't hit your legs just because of some cover. So we're going to roll 2 blues and a pilot dice of yellow, trying to get some 7s, do some damage to you. That's going to be
ouch.
20 points of damage into you right here. So we're going to roll for some hit locations. Come on, not the legs. Get a lucky headshot. So that's going to be 4 and 3. So it's going to be right arm is going to take 20 points of damage. Okay, so now my little guy is going to try to keep doing some more damage. We're firing a medium laser and an SRM-2 at you. My hit totals are 11 because I ran, I have a terrible pilot, I have a ton of forest, and you jump jet. So we're going to roll them individually and see how we do here. Aiming for 11s. And that's going to be a 6, so the medium laser is going to miss. And then the SRM-2 is going to be another 6, so no damage there.
Okay, we're going to start the first set of shots. Dervish to the commando. I'm looking for 9 because I'm jumping and we're in cover and running. So let's see what we've got. We've got 2 medium lasers and 2 SRMs.
I'm really hoping you miss here.
And I have miss. That's one of my SRM-2's hits. And everything else misses. I needed 8s. Wow. But got 9. So 1 set of SRMs hits.
Okay, so let's roll clusters. So this is the first time we're going to be going over clusters. This is designed by the From Above Wargaming channel. So you're going to get 2 dice because this is our SRM-2. And if they're 3s or higher, that missile hits. 2s miss. So that's going to be minimum of 1 hit.
So I'm hitting trees.
Okay. Roll up for a location.
All right.
So just one dice with your pilot dice for a location.
And we got a 5, and I believe that's your front.
That's going to be my right leg takes 2 points of damage.
All right, and then my secondary shots going all the way to catapult here with the 2 LRM-10s, and I'm looking for 8s. And as I knock everything over, I'm not hitting anything. That's a 2 and a 5, so 2 misses at long range.
I'm totally
range.
fine with that. Okay, other side of the battlefield. I'm going to shoot my Panther against your Javelin. It's going to need a 6. We are at medium range. Both of us walked, and I can see your whole neck. So I need a 6 to try to deal 10 damage to you. And there's a 4. That's going to be a nice miss. Okay, after that disappointing shot, we're going to take the shot from the Grand Dragon down at the Jägermech. Because of line of sight, I'm not going to be able to see your legs. This is going to be a 7. I stood still because I feel like I'm in a good spot. You barely walked, and we are sitting at long range. So 7. Here we go. Oh man!
Just got it.
Just got it. 7. So let's roll this up. I think I'm going to be hitting you in the front torso section, and it's going to be hitting a 9. That 9 is going to be your left leg. You lucked out. You take no damage.
Yep.
Because it is blocked.
All right, first set of shots we're going to take Javelin to the Panther. I'm looking for 7s, so I have 2 SRM-6s. And I'm hitting 7 and a 9, so let's get those cluster dice out.
Here's your first cluster. It's an SRM-6.
Looking for 3s and greater. of which I've got all but 2, so it's what, 4?
4, and then re-roll it for your other one.
And another 4.
So you're going to need a total of 8, and that pilot dice. Let's see where this lands. We're going to roll it, see where it lands, and then come back. That's a lot of little damage blinks.
Woohoo! Wow, a lot of 7s.
Okay, I see 1 through crit.
Yep.
So let's actually roll that location right now.
Come on, hit.
For a 4.
4.
So we'll come back with all that info. Okay, so that critical, that through armor crit, is going to be going to the right arm. So that shot did 4 damage to the right arm, 4 damage to the right torso, 4 damage to the center torso. You would have done 4 damage to the right leg, but you can't see my legs.
Right.
So let's roll up to see if you do a crit through.
Alright, here we go. And I got a 5.
So no crit. That saves it. That was going to be the good arm. That's my PPC arm.
Ah, bummer.
Yeah.
Alright, we're going to make these shots all the way over to the Grand Dragon. I've got AC2s and AC5s. I'm looking for 6s on the AC2s and 7s on the AC5s. Let's see what I got. And we have a whole mess of stuff. So
You have a...
hits all the way around.
Okay, roll up for some damage.
Yeah.
So again, you can't hit legs.
Right.
I'm hoping for some
No
leg
legs.
shots.
Ooh.
So only one of them is going to be a head hit.
Yes.
So we'll choose that one to be a head hit, and then these both drop down to be 11s.
I'd prefer 3 head hits.
That's the way the cluster rules work. That's not good for me. Okay, into turn 4. My pilot and the dragon, which just took the head hit, passed the consciousness level test, so he's fine. Your dervish, that took over 20 points of damage in 1 round, managed to stay standing. This catapult is standing in quadrant, we'll call it 1. My 2 guys are standing in quadrant 2. Your guys are in quadrant 3. And then over here, little commando is contesting quadrant 4. So I'm going to score 2 points and you're going to score 1. Round 5 initiative.
Oh, you won.
I won initiative for once.
Alright, so turn 5 movement. Let's start with our little battle in the forest. I have my Centurion moving up a little bit into the forest, hoping to catch your commando. My Dervish is just moving nice and slow because of heat. And your commando's running all over the place there, isn't it, John?
Yeah, my commando ran out of the forest and is going to be torso twisting and laying into your dervish before he runs off again.
And right across this hill is some of your guys here. Looks like your catapult is trying to take a shot at my dervish as well.
Yes, he just pretty much turned to get a better angle across the thing. If he really walks any farther forward, he's going to be in that dead man zone and we'll lose control of this quadrant.
You're welcome to do that if you'd
Yeah,
like.
I would rather keep the points for now.
Moving to the other side of the board, your guys here, you're really not moving your dragon, and your panther's backed off a little bit.
Yeah. So because of the order of you having to go first, I was able to see where your javelin landed, and then I moved my panther out of range. So you can't shoot me, but I can shoot you. And then I believe our dragon, my dragon, and your Jaeger mech are just kind of squaring off, lobbing shots at each other.
Let's see what happens. First shots. We're going to go from the Jaeger all the way across to the dragon. Firing my AC2s and AC5s. The 2s require 6s and the 5s require 7s. So let's see what I get. And I have 7s and 10s and 9s, so everything.
Everything hits. Reroll it. Let's see where that damage goes.
Whew. Running all over the place.
So you can't hit my legs. So your AC AC5 hits the. It would help
We've
if I
got
had this.
a 8 and a 5.
So that's the left torso and the right leg. So the right leg doesn't hit.
And then I've got a 3 and a 7 on.
The 3 is a right arm, and the 7 is a center torso.
Next set of shots, we're going to fire from torso twist, firing from the dervish to your commando. I've got an SRM2 and a medium laser. And as I knock everything over, let's see, I missed with the medium laser, but I did hit with the SRM.
Okay, let's roll up a cluster. That's an SRM2, correct?
Correct.
So roll 2 dice. See how many of them hit. So one hits, so roll that up with the pilot dice, and let's get a location.
3.
3 goes to the right arm. Okay, so we're going to start with the commando into the dervish. This is close range. I'm firing a large laser, an SRM2, and a medium laser. With the short range and barely moving, to hit is 5s. So let's see what happens. That's going to be everything.
Wow, everything hits.
So we're going to start by rolling the SRM2 cluster for only 2 points minimum damage. None of my clusters actually really hit. So we're going to roll this for location.
And his dice go all over the board. So it looks like the SRM hits the right arm, as does your medium laser. And
large laser.
Large laser in the right leg.
Awesome. We're going to go with the catapult now. From here, over at your dervish, we both barely move, so we don't get really a modifier from that. And so I'm looking for 5s. You got cover on your legs. We're at medium range, so 5s through 2 PPCs into you. 4. 6s.
6 and a 10 there. So.
Yep. Let's roll for some placement. That's going to be I believe, right torso.
Yeah, right and center.
Center torso. 20 points of damage. Okay, so that right torso is going to have a crit coming into it. And it does not score a crit. Now this dragon's going to shoot at this Jaeger. This Jaeger's been peppering me with shots, which is quite annoying. So what we're shooting at it is a LRM-10 and a PPC. Both are at long range. I'm looking for 7s. You got cover on your legs because of the elevation difference. And we're shooting through about an inch of heavy forest. So here we go. That's going to be everything. So
Jeez.
LRM...
Your rolling's getting better here, John.
Yes, it is. LRM-10s rolling for clusters. These are 5-point clusters. And one of them scores. So let's roll for some placement. We got a 10 and a 7. So PPC goes to the center torso
and left arm.
Sounds good. Okay, so now we're going to make the shot from the Panther all the way over to the Javelin. This shot, we're looking for a 5. We're at long range. We both have barely moved. And let's roll it up. 8. That's going to be a hit.
All right.
Let's roll for placement.
Where are you going to hit me?
Head. That's where I want to hit you. It's not a head.
No,
it's 8.
it's not a head. That's going to be the left torso. So.
Left torso takes 10. One day I'm going to call it, and it's actually going to hit the head. Or the one time I'm going to hit the head, I'm not going to say it's going to be a headshot first.
So we had one critical effect go through on the left torso. John rolled it up, and he wound up taking out the SRM launcher in left torso for the Javelin. So let's go over and review what we have. Here's our aerial shot. So quadrant number 1, which is all the way back here with the catapult, is going to John. Quadrant number 2 just has John's units, so that again goes to him. Quadrant number 3 includes just my folks. That's 2 picked up from...
Actually, you're going to score this one. I'm inside the
I'm going to
zone.
score this one because John is within the dead man zone. We're going to roll up some initiative here in a second. So, because of the amount of damage that the dervish took, he had to do a pilot skill check. It was 5, and I got a 3 because my dice rolls are horrible. Anyways, he fell. He landed on his back and did 5 points of damage to his right leg. Turn 6, initiative roll. I've swapped my dice out because they're horrible.
Ooh.
Those are not any better. Ouch. 3 to 11.
We're just going to let you talk about this one, Ken.
So after rolling 3s and 4s for pilot rolls of 4s, or for 5s that I needed, we're in the movement phase here, and I decided, let's stand up the dervish. I rolled a 12. Let's also note that the consciousness roll I needed to make, because I failed the mech warrior roll, was a 3, and I got a 3. So, horrible dice rolls. Finally, we're getting somewhere.
Yeah, that's ridiculous. Okay, Ken, go ahead and talk about your movement on this side of the map.
So
first.
my dervish did manage to stand up, and the centurion's running his way through the forest. Your little guy, though, has decided to fly down the hill and turn around. So there's going to be some torso twist action. I'm going to be trying to pelt you with everything that I can.
Yeah, that's going to stink. My catapult has decided to stay here so we can continue getting the line on that dervish. Maybe we can take it out. Then over here, we did some jump jetting movement. Your javelin flew over here into this light forest space, and my panther flew up to face him. My dragon decided it was a good time to run forward to try to hide behind that heavy woods. And your Jaegermech?
Jaegermech's slowly going up the hill, and because we've got obstruction here with all the woods, I'm going to torso twist, and we're going to try and take out your little commando.
Sounds good. Let's start rolling.
Alright, so first shot. Jaegermech does his torso twist. We're going to make our shots against your commando. I have AC2 and AC5s, so what we're going to do is fire those. The AC2s are at medium range, and the AC5s are at long. So I need 6s and 7s. And I have plenty of misses with my AC2s. Okay, so of everything, only one AC5 hit. So let's go ahead and see where, and I believe this is going to be against your rear, actually.
Yes, it is. It makes me kind of worried.
So
a 5. 5 is going to be 5 points against my right leg.
So let's get the dervish shooting. So we still have a little bit of heat. I need 5s to hit. Firing an SRM-2 and a medium laser at the commando. This will be into your front. Let's see what happens. We have dice going everywhere, but that is a 12 and an 11. So that is clearly 2 hits.
Yeah. So your dice luck is starting to change. Roll up a cluster for that SRM.
So we have one of them hits, I think?
One of them hits. And then roll for damage location.
Here we go. Let's see what we got. And I have 10 and a 9.
So left arm and left leg.
Final shot for Fox's teeth. I've got javelin to your panther, and I need a 10. This is with an SRM-6. I've got an 8, so no, that's a miss.
That's pretty close. We have 2 PPC attacks. One of them's coming from the panther into javelin, and the other one's coming from the dragon into your javelin. So we're going to start first with the dragon. I need a 9. And that's an 8, so that's going to be a miss. And then the other one...
We're setting trees on fire.
I know, it's frustrating. It's going to be a 10. Oh, another 8. So, both misses.
I'm okay with that.
Okay, so this catapult is bearing down again. I got bumped. Onto that dervish over there. It's firing 2 PPCs at long range, and because of both of us barely moving, only needs a 5.
Jeez.
You have cover on your legs. Go ahead and roll this up.
Oh, that's a whole slew of hits.
That's going to be 20 points of damage into your...
Something.
Let's find out where it hits. Oh, that's a headshot.
Ooh, headshot and left arm.
I think that's going to be a dead mech.
That might be. Let's figure this one out.
Okay.
So we've got that headshot with PPC, went through the armor. I still have a head. One more hit point left, so let's see what the critical does.
Man, you lucked out here. Let's see if I can get a critical and maybe hit that cockpit. That's a 5. That's going to be no critical effect roll.
No.
Ah, that's frustrating. Okay, so to finish off my attacks, we got that commando building up a bunch of heat because he's probably not going to be surviving for very long. He is firing a large, a medium, and an SRM-2 into your dervish. Let's see how it goes. Let's see. What I needed to hit you was 5s.
And 7. So you hit with everything.
That's a full house. Let's see what my clusters roll. My clusters only roll 1. So let's roll location.
So let's see. I see center torso. I see
And
left
9.
leg, and I see. Oh yeah, so center torso and left leg.
Sounds good. Let's add up that damage.
So with all the damage that the dervish is taking, we have to do a pilot roll. So the what's the number? The target number is 5.
Oh, you got it.
So I'm okay. But I also, because of the head hit, I have to roll a consciousness of 5. So let's see if Hero stays alive and up, and
That one needs to be
we're going to
re-rolled.
re-roll this one.
Ooh, you're at a dangerous point. Oh, you're fine.
5, as I knock down your commando, because that's what's going to happen next turn.
Nah, it's gonna be fine, man. It's gonna. There's the other tree. It's gonna be fine. It's all good. Scoring for round 6. This catapult is holding down quadrant 1. This javelin and this panther are contesting the quadrant 2. This dragon was not able to move far enough up and is currently sitting in both, so he's considered to be a none. This Jaeger mech is holding quadrant 3, and this whole big scuffle over here means that this quadrant is contested and no one controls it. Ken and I both gain 1 point. Let's go ahead and roll initiative for round 7.
7. There we go.
I got a 6. This is going to be a little bit rough for me. Okay, starting of combat. This is going to be an Alpha Strike style of game. Lots of damage is going to be done. We're going to attack from the catapult to the dervish. It's long range, forest hex. Neither of us really moved. I'm looking for 6s. See if I can double tap into your dervish again. And 1 misses, 1 hits. Let's see where I hit. 10 points of damage. Headshot.
Seriously? I think that's a dead mech.
Yeah, it is, because you already got a head.
Yeah.
hit.
So that is a dead mech.
Boom. Okay. Panther time. Shooting at your dervish. And
No, that's not my dervish.
that's your dervish. Dervish is what I've just killed with that headshot, and it's just stuck on my mind.
I'll go for the javelin.
So we're going to shoot the javelin with a PPC and an SRM-4. Build up some heat. And the PPC is looking for a 7, and the SRM is looking for an 8. Let's see if we get it.
No.
That's going to be a big no. Double miss. That's not what I needed right there. Last attack of this round.
Well, for you.
For me, yes. For me, last attack. So the dragon's going to attack your Jaeger mech with 2 medium lasers that need 6s and a PPC that needs a 5. Let's see what we get. Well, thankfully the PPC hits.
Yeah, and that's it, right? Yep.
Yeah. Let's see if I can take off your head again. Did I say the last time that I was going to kill the head? I don't think I did.
You didn't say it that time, so
Which
you know
is what happened.
It's gonna be like a leg shot.
That's going to be an 11.
So left arm.
Left arm takes 10 points.
So we rolled up the damage. There was enough. We rolled crits. Both crits, 2 crits came in. They're going to effectively knock out my autocannon, the AC5, I should say. So before that happens, I get to roll a bunch of damage.
Yeah, I know. This is going to be very painful for me.
So I'm looking for 6s on my AC5 dice and 7s on everything else. So let's see what happens, because this ought to be fun. I got a handful of dice, and I love this. And you lucked out.
I did.
So those miss. Those miss, but these hit. So I have 1 medium laser and an AC5
so
that are
doing
going
5
to hit
damage
you.
each. Let's see where
Correct.
you land them. Not the head.
Head. No. Ooh,
All
wow.
of them at the same
All
place,
of them in the same
clustered.
spot, so both left torso. So 10 on the left torso.
10 to the left torso. Jeez.
All right, let's start that return fire. The javelin to your panther. I'm looking for 7.
7.
Let's see what we get.
Oh no, Ken!
Wow. Wow, I
These guys could not hit each other at all.
no. Well, so much for our entertaining round, right? All right. Dervish's parting shots. Now I kind of wish I would have fired with both LRM-10s, but it is what it is. So I have an SRM-2, a medium laser, and 1 LRM-10 going through a little bit of the light forest here at your commando. Let's see what I can do. I need 6s and a 7 on the LRM-10, right?
Correct.
There we go. Everything
That's
hits.
everything. Ugh. Roll off some
I
clusters.
like that. So let's roll the clusters. So let's start with the 2 SRMs. So we'll use little ones for the SRM-2s and the big ones for the LRM-10s. And we're looking for
3s or better.
Everything.
Everything hits. Oh, jeez.
I'm loving this.
So now just roll those in with
The medium laser.
and your. Jeez.
And now we should say that we are shooting at your left side.
Yep, that always complicates things.
All right, y'all set, John?
I'm ready.
We have no headshots, so we've got stuff going to 7, 6, and 3.
Okay, we're gonna come back when we get all that figured out. Okay, so Ken rolled pretty well with all those clusters, so 4 damage went to the left torso, and then a total of 15 damage went to that left leg, destroying the left leg. So I'm going to have to figure out piloting rolls and all sorts of things. This is not going to end well for that commando. Okay, so my pilot automatically fell because of the blown off leg. He failed his damage prevention roll, so he took a damage. He managed to stay conscious. And then he fell on his left side, but took damage to his right arm, 2 points of damage. So it's going to be a challenge for him to get up, but hopefully he can do it.
So at the end of turn, this zone, zone 4, is actually, John, you control it, because I don't have a functional mech in here any longer.
I do not feel like I should deserve that, but I'll take the points.
Zone 3 is currently contested. We've got our mechs fighting right here. Zone 4 is also contested because we've got our mechs flying around in here, and you do control Zone 1.
No, you're contesting.
Oh, that's right. You don't control Zone 1 because I'm contesting that. So 1 point for John for Zone 4. Initiative for turn 8. 5.
Oh, God. Losing initiative again. I've decided not even to risk standing up with this guy. I'm just going to sit him here in the forest holding down this territory. So I did that first. And then Ken's Centurion came over here to try to get a line onto my catapult. I debated moving my catapult, but I really just like the position he is, laying down heavy fire, so we're going to leave him there. And then these guys are just standing still looking at each other. The Panther jumped over to help gang up on that Jaeger mech, and this Javelin is still alive over here. So let's talk about shots. Who's shooting who, Ken?
So I've got the Javelin who's going to be firing SRMs at your Panther. We've got another Alpha Strike of what's left on my Jaeger mech into your Dragon. And then the Centurion's going to make a couple shots against your Catapult.
Yep. So what I have is I have this Catapult holding the ground, trying to shoot at this Javelin here. So maybe killing it. I gave up control of this quadrant to come over here and gang up on this Jaeger mech. And the Commando without a leg is holding himself up and shooting the large laser at the Jaeger mech. Just get some damage in while I can. We're going to start by taking this shot with the large laser from the Commando into your left side of your Jaeger mech. I need 7s. Here we go.
And
There's the
off
6.
Table.
9.
That's a hit.
That's going to be a hit. Let's roll for a location for 8 points of damage.
Okay, left side, that's going to be my left leg.
Left leg takes 3 points. Now we're going to shoot with the Dragon. We're really close here. So we're shooting with a... I'm running into lots of heat trouble. We're shooting a PPC and a medium laser at you. I need 4s. Because both of us are just literally staring each other down. 4 points. Come on, let's do it. Both hit.
Yep.
So let's see where they land.
No headshots.
So a 10
So left arm,
and an 8.
which is a left torso.
So that laser shot ended up going into the torso, into the center. I think it was only, what, 1 point into the torso?
It was 1 point into the torso.
1 point into the torso. So the critical roll was an 11, doing 2 criticals. The first one hit the AC-5 ammo. The second one blew out the laser. That mech goes up. What did we figure? Something like...
It's about 65 points of damage. This sucker's going to be gone in about 33. So, yeah, that's another dead mech.
Last shot of the round. This guy shooting 2 PPCs at that Javelin. I can't hit your right arm, and I'm looking for 7s. For 1 hit.
Yeah, 1 hit. Where are we going to shoot it?
Let's see. That's going to go into an 8, which...
So that's going to be my left torso.
Left torso takes 10 points. Do we need any crits from that? Dang it.
So my Javelin, after all that firepower that just went through to it, is going to go into forced withdrawal because the left torso has been blown off, or rather it will be. But before that, I'm going to fire at, not the Wolf, and the Panther. With my SRM-6, so I'm looking for a 10 as the magic number. Which I get.
Oh, 10! This stinks. All of our mechs are going to die in 1 turn. That's going to be epic.
This is going to be awesome. So here's my 6, and all but 2 hit.
So 4 of them. That's going to be 8 damage. Where are you going to hit?
Let's find out. And this is your front. So we have 2 center torsos, and then we have right arm, and I believe that is, yeah, another right arm.
2 right arms.
And 2 center torsos.
And 2 center torsos. That's just going to plink my armor.
All right, before the Jaeger mech goes up in flames, he's going to fire right at the Dragon. I'm hoping for some left side hits. The autocannon needs 4, and the 2 medium lasers and the 2 AC2s require 5. So let's see.
I really hope you stay away from my left side.
And, oh, geez, only 2 things hit, because I rolled a 1 on the pilot die.
Yeah.
So you lucked out. I believe that is the AC2 and 1 AC5.
Yep. Yeah. Roll it up for location.
And
both
at 4.
4, both go into the right arm, so that's going to be 7 points into the right arm. The right arm's going to be fine.
Final shots around. We've got the Centurion going for the catapult. I have an AC-10, an LRM-10, and a medium laser. So I'm looking for, what is it, 6s and an 8, right?
Yeah,
8
medium
on the
laser
medium laser.
are at an 8, and the other things are at 6.
And
Oof,
everything hits. So let's see.
Let's do the cluster round first. Both hit, and then roll up for damage. Let's see where all this lands.
All right, see if we can take out your catapult.
Not a hedge.
All right.
So that's very concentrated center torso for 15 damage. And that is a 6, so right torso for 5. Okay, here's the after effects. That catapult managed to stay standing after taking like 25 points of damage. We got my commando laying on the ground over here with a dead dervish. We got a Jaeger mech that just completely went up in flames when its ammo got hit. We have this javelin, which is going to be in forced retreat. So right now, quadrant 1 is contested. No one is technically in quadrant 2 because that javelin is in forced withdraw. My 2 guys are locking down quadrant 3, and this guy over here is locking down quadrant 4. So I'm going to gain 2 points and can gain 0 because we're contesting this zone. Oh man, classic Battletech style. An ammo explosion, we got a head hit.
Couple headshots, I think.
Man.
We had 2 headshots.
And you got me the one time.
And dice rolls were not with me, other than for initiative. You
I
could not get initiative
at
to
all.
save your life, which I think helped me out. The dervish you took out, really, that was just the headshots what took it out.
Yeah. I mean, but to be fair, I have 4 PPCs that are firing.
Yeah, I mean, the PPCs are evil and,
Yes,
and
they
nasty.
are. That's why Kurita uses them.
In fact, actually, I'm the one who said, "Why don't you use the Kurita force?"
Yes, you did.
So this loss is on me. Although, to be fair, again, this is Battletech, where one roll different. I mean, I probably should have taken your dragon out.
Yes, that last roll was super disappointing. I was expecting you. I had like 2 to 3 health left on that one torso that holds all my LRM ammo.
Mm-hmm.
If you went through that, the whole thing goes up.
And the 2 rounds in a row that I just failed miserably at hitting you at point blank range, pretty much.
Yeah.
I think I would have done more damage if I would have come up and tried to punch you or kick you.
Maybe. Yeah, maybe. But if you're kicking me, you're only hitting my legs.
True.
So.
But, hey, knock you over. This was interesting for me because this is the first time I've played using inches instead of the hex map. So that took a little bit of adjustment for me. But overall, that was a lot of fun. I really enjoyed it.
Yeah, I really enjoyed it. Your Centurion started to do work coming out of that forest.
Yeah.
He was in the forest for too long, though.
He really was. I think if I would have just gone around, I wanted to try and take your commando out, and I committed him too much to that. I should have had the Centurion come around and then do a lot more to your catapult. That would have changed the dynamics of the game. So, yeah, again, part of it is me having to get used to 3D terrain instead of hexes, and that threw me off. But, hey, first run out, not too bad, and we got 2 mechs that just went up, and that's awesome.
Yeah, and you pretty much stripped the armor off all of my mechs.
Yeah,
all my mechs are like
another couple
limping.
rounds. This was a close game, no matter how you cut it.
Yeah. I mean, the dervish was pretty much full health. It was pretty much just the headshot.
The headshot was the only thing that really was hurting it. So, like I said, it was a lot of fun. Hopefully you guys enjoyed our Battletech video. We've got a couple more coming out. And we look forward to your comments below. So, yeah.
Give us a comment. Hit the like button. Hit the subscribe button. If you want to see certain forces, right now I think mainly I have Davian and Kurita. There's other things that are being painted. It's just a whole process of painting. If you notice that the train wasn't painted, my airbrush broke the other day, so I'm waiting for a new needle to come in.
Anyways, again, like, subscribe, enjoy. We've got more Battletech coming out, including maybe a campaign run. And that won't stop our Armada stuff. That is also going to be coming out. So look forward to seeing you guys again. Till then, I'm Ken.
I'm John.
And you've been watching Ion Radio.